was always a weird kid. I was like much weirder when I was younger. So I'm much less weird now. Yes, I know. No. Hi, I'm Aries. I live in a collective group house in Washington, D.C. I'm originally from outside of San Francisco, California, a small little community. And then we moved when I was 5 to New Rochelle, New York. I moved to Ohio to go to school at Oberlin, and then I really just stayed in Ohio for the next whatever number of years, where I felt for the first time that it was fine that I was weird. It wasn't bad that I was weird. I felt comfortable not just waving my freak flag, but getting my freak flag its own little freak pole, and then carrying it around with me and just being woo, this is me. Whatever it is, you can take it home. I just felt like the things that I was were actually worthwhile things at Oberlin. And then a number of fate-related things led me to DC. I met a lot of people here. I've kind of settled in a little bit. I feel like I've found my groove here, and I really like that feeling. My family and I have a great relationship. My dad is extremely outgoing, and my mom is very introverted. She's bookish. She writes a lot. She doesn't talk to people. My mom is from Norway. My dad is from Brooklyn. My dad looks like a bear. My mom looks kind of she's like a fairy. Yeah, she's like a fairy. So I am a serial monogawish. I like someone who's really different. So the people I date are generally introverted. If you like Myers-Briggs, they're all INTJs. They're all introverted people. Most of my long-term relationships have been with dudes, but I also find myself attracted to women. It's generally much more intense, and I'm kind of afraid of them. I get really invested in the person I date. I've been dating since I was 14, so take that as you will. I enjoy being physically affectionate with a lot of people, but not necessarily being sexual with a lot of people, because most people are not cool with that. I really like people. I just didn't understand not being attracted to everybody. So I just saw But I'm a Cheerleader. Great film. And it's that. You're I just thought everyone else was beautiful. It was still really not cool to be out when I was in high school. And I didn't really know how to handle. I already felt like a weirdo, so I didn't really want to add another factor onto it. I always wonder if I have any validity as a queer person, because I don't have a definitive coming out story. Ever since I was a little kid, I thought Poison Ivy was just as hot as Robin. Those two, super hot people, super hot. I just always assume that if I really want something, if I really want someone to know that I care about them, everything else can pretty much just suck it. I stay in for the long haul with relationships. I think I come off as seeming very flippant, but the truth is I can be very doggedly passionate about people, and I don't ever fall out of love, I guess is the...
Have you had bad relationships?
Oh yeah, I don't love them, but fuck those guys, they can go home. And a lot of my dating advice also comes from living in a small town, and what happens in a small town is you don't fuck people over, because you're gonna see them again. You're in it for the long haul, and I generally assume that if I see someone twice, we might as well be friends. So let me see, I can probably make a top 10 list of things I think are not cool that I've learned from relationships. 1, someone who is emotionally manipulative of you. 2, someone who wants to control your time. 3, someone who wants to isolate you from your friends or your family. 4, someone who is domineering over you. And I guess the 5th is not feeling like good friends. For me, what's weird is I don't have a lot of shame about bodies as much. I don't make dick jokes, or I don't feel like the human body is really funny to me.
So does that mean that that's what she said jokes just completely fall flat to you?
Yeah, they've always been kind of lackluster. Always been kind of impressed that she had thought of that actually in advance of our conversation. Whether I could meet her and buy her a beer and then really hear what she said, that would just hear all of the things that she said, that would be wild.